Okay, right. So the time is 3:21 for me, UK time. The squad has just been announced. I was just watching Gerhardsson's press conference. He just announced the squad and it's still going. I paused it. But yeah, so this is the team. Um, I have to be honest. There's a part of me which is like, I kind of wish I did a prediction because for me, this is what it was. So, out of the 26 that were in the Nations League, the players that we've dropped out of this squad were Emma Kullberg as a centre back, um, Evelyn IJ, and Schroeder. So, Schroeder made her debut versus Italy in the 10, but she also played striker. I was expecting two of Schroeder, IJ, or Vangenheim to drop out. I think the fact that Vangenheim came on in both games, the past two games, I think suggests, we didn't say IJ. Like I saw that one coming. It's a shame for IJ because she has been doing really well, scoring lots of goals. But yeah, I think the big headline, the big other two things, Lena Hurtig um, is in. I mean, she did do really well. She came on, scored that goal. The issue with her is the amount of football she's played. Like she's barely played any football. But I am really happy for her. I think she's definitely kind of like a fan favorite, and I think she deserves it. Friedelina Rolfer is also in. That was a big. It might be the title of, or she might be on the thumbnail, but because this was a big one because we've heard that she didn't. She sprained her ankle or fractured? I can't remember, but her injury didn't seem good, and it was a bit like, oh, is she going to be there? I don't know. It was Barcelona said it was up to Sweden whether we would decide to put her in the squad. So he's obviously done that. As I'm recording this video live, I've not got any quotes, or not live, but as I'm recording this, just as it's been announced, literally a few minutes ago, I've not got any quotes from Gerhardsson about maybe who's the reasons for players missing out, or like, is Friedelina Rolfo going to be fit for the start of the tournament? I don't know. And if she's not, I'll definitely do a video on who could step in for her. But yeah, she was a big talking point. Sorry, I've just kind of come into this. I'm a bit like, there's not much structure, but this is just my raw reaction, really. I think if Rolfo isn't fit for the start, we did see Yanogi come on. I think it's an interesting position. I think Hurtig could fill that role as maybe a more physical player, similar to Rolfo, in that kind of left wing player that kind of comes in. Um, Players missing. Yeah, so I think Schroeder, unlucky, but she'll have her time. She's only 18. I already spoke about IJ, and then the other player dropped from the 26 that were in the Nations League was Kullberg. I saw that coming. We didn't need five centre backs. We have Magda Eriksson, Natalie Bjorn, Ilestedt, and Sembrant. And I think she's had a good season for Juventus, Kullberg, but it kind of makes sense. I think the other two have a lot. The other four have a lot more international pedigree. Um, Another player left out though is I don't know her injury status, but Rosa Kafaji, who obviously was in the last squad originally, but then dropped out with injury and replaced by Hurtig. So if Kafaji never got injured, then would Hurtig not be here? It is interesting, but I think I think her injury screwed her up. Even if she's fit now, which I don't know. Again, I'm sorry, but I don't know the injury status with Kafaji. But if she is fit right now, um, I think it kind of makes sense to take Hurtig, who came on in the last match and played well. I can see Hurtig having a good tournament, even if she's not really had much game time at all. Since um, is it like December 2023? She's only had like like just over 100 minutes. Like that's not great, but yeah, it's the goalkeepers we expected. So I'll just do a quick run review. That was my quick thoughts of just what was right at the front of my mind. Um, the three goalkeepers, we know these were going to be the three: Anderson and Nilden as left back, Lundqvist and Holmberg. I saw it coming because we were always going to have another kind of out and out right back in the squad. But I think also some people were like maybe a bit like not sure if Gerhardsson would be bold enough to pick an 18-year-old, but I think it makes sense. I think she's almost going to be like a wild card if you're chasing the game to come on at right back and really push up. And then the four centre backs I've already spoken about. Midfield, I've said this before in my original squad in the Nations League, or just generally our recent squads. We've not massively blessed for players who are playing the deeper centre midfielder role. So that will be Zigoto Olme, Angeldal, and Hannah Bennison. Kind of Angeldal playing the more advanced one on the right, Zigoto Olme playing the deeper one on the left, and then you kind of got Bennison who can kind of fill both roles. Obviously, if injuries happen during the tournament, you know, I think, well, Bjorn hasn't played there for ages, but she did play there in the last Euros, played in centre midfield, so that's probably kind of the kind of emergency option if it comes to that. But yeah, we're not massively blessed there with players. Obviously, it's sad that like Rubinson's no longer, not no longer, she is still around, but she's obviously had a lot going on for the past year since when she was at her peak in 2023, and getting like the move to Houston didn't really work for her, and then obviously the miscarriage, so it's just been a bit unfortunate, and then she's had loads of injuries, so it's a real shame. But she's probably another player there. I was not expecting her to be called in. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anyone to be in this squad that wasn't in the last Nations League squad. So it was only about cutting a few players, and then we're obviously stacked quite a bit. Kind of, you've got Blackstenius up front, Vangenheim, and then Blomqvist. Blomqvist can also play on the left, and you've got Rolfer probably as your left, Janogy as well on the left, Hurtig also on the left, Asllani in the 10, Hurtig also in the 10, Janogy in the 10, and then Rytting Kaneryd on the right, and then Sofia Jakobsen as her backup. So I might do a more kind of well-rounded video if that's something you're interested in, but this is just my pure reaction straight after it. I just wanted to get on and speak about it. But I might do like, I can do like a looking at the squad and the positions. But yeah, so no real surprises. Maybe people would be surprised if Hurtig's in. Let me just see if there's any interesting comments on this while I'm here. No, not really. Yeah, so no, not on Twitter at least. So I'm happy with that squad. Shame for the players that dropped out. I don't think Schroeder was there ready. I don't think she looked that great versus Italy. I'm sorry, but I think her time will come. IJ was never going to get in the squad, get in this final squad if she didn't get any minutes last game, last window, and same with Kullberg really. So I'm very happy with this team. Can this team go all the way? I think they have the quality. There's definitely there's a lot to like about the team, and I think we're pretty well covered. Apart from that centre midfield maybe could be a concern, and obviously if anything happens to Jennifer Falk, the other two goalkeepers are uncapped, so that could be problematic. A bit of a similar situation that England were in really, but yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just going to keep saying and go on forever, really. So this is my squad reaction. I'm definitely going to be doing videos. I might do a predictions for the Euros generally. I'll do maybe how Sweden are going to play, maybe look into who could replace Rolfer. Oh. Sorry, the press conference just resumed for some reason. I didn't press anything. I don't know if you heard that, but so yeah, I might be doing other videos about looking Sweden, and then during the Euros I'll be previewing games, giving my reaction to games, maybe predicting starting 11, stuff like that, just generally going along following the team. And so if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, then subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly jump on because that was just my raw reaction just right after the it was announced, and now there's some quotes from Gerhardsson kind of explaining some things because I want to talk about Rolfer. So we don't actually know the status with her and whether she's going to be available in time, but we've kind of taken that risk, if that makes sense. So I think that I mean, 100% I would have done that. Obviously it's kind of a shame. It's not like, oh yeah, she should be back in time. Like, it's a bit like up in the air. But it's good that it's good that she is being included, and we have that kind of option. The other thing that he was kind of asked about was Holmberg. And he talks about the kind of slightly different types of fullbacks, which I did just mention, and definitely her pace. So I definitely think she's could be that wild card. And they also mention here in this article I'm reading the kind of 4 maybe main players, the 3 that were in the last squad. Kafaji was also named in the last squad before her injury, as I said. Kafaji, Kullberg, IJ, Schroeder are probably the big the big people left out. But for me, there's no real surprises there. I would have been more surprised if Schroeder, if Holmberg wasn't included, like not having another right back, that would have really surprised me, and not having Hurtig really would have surprised me given her performances. Like, if you kind of, who do you want, Hurtig or Schroeder? I mean, Schroeder could get great experience because neither of them might play much, but I just think the quality from Hurtig, and especially from the perspective of Gerhardsson that he's leaving after this Euros, that would be his focus. I'm not shocked that he's brought Hurtig. But yeah, so I just wanted to quickly jump on and just quickly mention that about Fridolin Rolfo. So it's a shame that there's nothing really kind of clear. And so I will be doing a video later about kind of who could replace her, Yanogi, Hurtig, etc., etc. So subscribe if you want to stay tuned for something like that, and I'll see you later.